We are live. It is round 2. It is super fucking late your time, so I appreciate you being here, buddy. Appreciate you being here, buddy boy. How you feeling?
It's fun to be here.
How hard is your dick right now, dude?
Looking at this fucking Heather Antos head, it is so soft. It is so limp. You can
it's almost liquid.
You can cut. It's almost like
it's like dough.
Is there anything that's softer than liquid? It's almost turned to gas. It's
dude,
almost evaporated.
Dude, I don't know what Heather Antos looks like besides this cartoon profile picture. And I'll be honest, man, I'm gonna be a little racist against your people. I don't like anime profile pictures. I'm sorry, Bill. I know.
How are anime profile pictures being racist towards my people?
Yeah, you being an anime profile picture come to life. I gotta say, man, there are certain things that you can find in people's social media bios that they're red flags, man. Anytime I see somebody's mental illnesses broadcast in their profile picture, in their profile there's a huge red flag. You know, I'm gonna Google Heather Antos.
I just sent you a picture
of her, what she looks like.
Yeah.
All right, here I'm scrolling up in our chat. Let's see what we got
here. Down some more.
She's not a bad looking broad. She's okay. She's okay looking, you know? I mean...
Yeah, she's up, yeah.
I would expect... Honestly, dude, I was expecting her to look like a monster, dude. I was expecting her to look a little bit more like this Diablo 2 lady. A.K.A. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe bought himself some fucking knockers, my dude.
Look at them titties. All right, so Heather Antos. She's famous for comic book editing.
She is famous for also being part of the quote-unquote milkshake incident that involves Thomas Kid.
Right.
She's also a notoriously bad editor.
Okay, all right. So the rumor this week, coming out of websites like, what was it, Bounty Into Comics or stuff like that. Rumor is that she was fired from Marvel. She was fired from Marvel for being a shitty editor, and after that, she found work at Valiant. Right? I mean,
before that, she worked at some online casino. Okay,
so it goes Marvel, fired, working at an online casino, somehow finding her way to Valiant, and now IDW. So she's been bouncing around. The rumor. Now I remember. The rumor is that. This is a funny one. She went to DC Comics to get a job, and apparently, Jim Lee personally wouldn't hire her.
Good.
Specifically because of her attacking Jay Lee.
Oh, she went in on the whole cancel Jay Lee who drew a Cyberpunk cover thing?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, people are so stupid. But that's at least one decision by Jim Lee that I can agree with.
Here we go. Here, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send you the. Well, you know what? Here, it goes. Tom King apologizes to Jay Lee. Heather Antos doubles down. So here, I'm just gonna show the screen right now. I don't know if this will eventually pop up. This is from last summer. Tom King finally apologizes to Jay Lee, but Heather Antos didn't. King issued more of an official apology for his offensive defamation of artist Lee, or so it seems. Let's see if we can pull that up.
Oh, you know what's also funny? I think it will be mentioned in this post here. After Tom King's quote-unquote apology, him saying we're okay, JD had a post on Instagram saying we are not okay.
Where is this? Damn, I'm trying to find the original Tom King post where Tom King essentially said Jay Lee was a... Tom King, who last I looked never apologized for vilifying Wally West, blah, 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 blah.
I think that's the tweet, the first one.
Today, DC put out an alternative cover to Rorschach by Jay Lee, who has also done covers for Comicsgate, a hate group. DC does not consult creators on alternate covers. I reached out to them to express my deep disappointment. As far as I'm concerned, this is the cover to Rorschach 1. Later on, he posted the following. I spoke with Jay. He's not on Twitter. Didn't know Comicsgate existed. Doesn't support aid of any kind. We're all good. Best possible outcome. But apparently, 2 weeks ago, he talks about his dog, yada, 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 yada. Instead, a part of the internet I avoid like the plague came barging in. I had companies I'm working for calling me, friends reaching out to me, and I'm seeing hate pouring out of strangers' mouths, accusing me of things I have no knowledge of. I'm seeing firsthand how fast lies are spreading. Let me be clear, I'm not part of any group. We spent the entire 6-hour drive back home on an emotional roller coaster. I'm writing this because I'm angry. These irresponsible tweets are not harmless. They do not just go away. They have real world consequences. They could take away your job, your life, your memories. You and I were robbed of a special day. So no, we're not all good. Yeah, so Jay Lee was fucking pissed. And then he fucking finally, what's up, Yin Yin? As I've done, hang on, let me do the voice. As I've done privately, I'd like to publicly apologize to Jay Lee for my actions a few days ago. Blah, blah, blah. He finally fucking apologized. What a bitch, that fucking Tom King.
How the fuck did he not lose that job?
But still, this is coming awfully late. Hasn't apologized to Comicsgate. He hasn't apologized to Comicsgate's backers. Who gives a fuck about Comicsgate backers? No offense, Bale. They're not owed an apology, but Jay Lee is.
Oh yeah.
And besides, the damage may have already been done. The following comment by a certain former Marvel Dark Horse editor says, still waiting for any accountability from Jay.
So you hear their Antos and shrug their voice.
Hi, I'm Heather Antos, and I support this message. That's what I imagine she sounds like. I might be wrong, though. I might be a little off on that. You can not like CG and also think Tom King... God damn it. Tom King was irresponsible and reactive. Being on the right side of morality is not a justification for irresponsible professional actions. I never said anything about Tom King here. But since you brought him up, yes, Tom did act rashly. But he also took accountability for doing so. And apologized privately and publicly like a grown adult professional. Yeah, no, so it sounds like she's, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about, dude. She sounds like, I'll be honest, reading these tweets, she sounds like a fucking asshole.
She is.
It sounds like she's a fucking loudmouth asshole, is what I'm picking up from these tweets.
I also remember someone tweeted, I heard this like years ago, asking when... What's the name of the comic book? The Gwenpool comic was coming out. She's like, luckily for you, I sent it just today to the printer. Like, she always had this adversarial act or demeanor towards people, which is not a good thing in fandom, especially nowadays where thousands, millions, potentially people can see what kind of a cunt you are to others and not buy the shit you work on.
Yeah, dude, listen, man. One of the best replies I saw to that tweet that she wrote is, does Jay Lee work for you? Who the fuck? Dude, why the fuck does anybody have to be accountable to her? Whoever the fuck she is. Again, I'm just hearing about her today for the first time. Again, I'm not a member of Comicsgate or any particular group. I don't care. I'm of the mindset of, if you want diverse comics, fucking make them. If you want comic books that are just mindless action, make those too. Do whatever the fuck you want. And shut the fuck up about it. Bale, Evo says you got a lazy eye. How rude.
Yeah, that's because I'm still struggling with my eyes, especially to keep them open right now.
Let's see. What are we upset about today, nerds? Let's see. Heather Antos. Heather Antos, apparently, the rumor was, just to recap, that after she got fired from Marvel, yada, 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 she tried to get a job at DC, but Jim Lee refused to give it to her because Jim Lee is a close friend of Jay Lee's. And she went after Jay Lee the same way Tom King did. Rumor is that Jim Lee made Tom King apologize. And Heather Antos didn't. So she doesn't get to work at DC Comics. That's the rumor in a nutshell. Let's keep going though. Dude, Castlevania dropped this sweet little tidbit, this sweet little nugget of info.
There's even like a short trailer.
There is a short trailer. I didn't watch it. I don't know if I can watch it on YouTube without getting the fucking axe. But this is one of my favorite. Yeah, this is one of my favorite fucking series. Like one of my favorite animated series. It is beautiful. It's sad. It's poetic. It's heartbreaking. I'm pumped for it. Oh, Deviant says, well done. Also, Deviant, thank you for having the YouTube channel open. I appreciate you, buddy. Deviant says, who does she even think she is? What an idiot. I'm 100% with you, dude. Jay Lee doesn't need to explain himself to fucking Heather Antos, whoever the fuck she is. Well done by Jim Lee of True. I'm not anti-Tom King, but on that one, he acted like a real jerk. A real douchebag, dude. I'm not necessarily anti-Tom King. He's written stuff that I've liked in the past, but he's also written shit that sucks too. So like his Vision run, I thought was excellent. I didn't read his Mr. Miracle, but I hear that's really good. I read his Batman. His Batman was shit. So he's really fucking hit or miss. Like, but I don't have anything against him one way or another. Let's see. All right. So how many of you guys watch Castlevania? Because I can't wait.
Everyone in here should have watched Castlevania. If not, you have time until I think May 13th.
From now till May 13th. So those you get about a little bit shy of a month. You've got a little bit, and there are not that many episodes to begin with.
How many are there? Did they say? Oh, you mean the previous episodes? Yeah, there are not too many. It's not like an anime season where it's like, oh, it's 25 episodes each.
Yeah,
I think the first one was like 8.
Yeah, dude, the first one I don't even know who was 8. I thought the first one may have been like 6 episodes. The first one is like you could bang through that in an afternoon, and then you just want more and more. Oh, yeah. But speaking of this, the reason why this was so delayed was because of Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis is a comic book writer. Another guy who got in hot water during like comic books had its own like little Me Too movement that popped off last year. In the middle, or maybe the year before, I forget. But Warren Ellis was accused of all kinds of shenanigans, all kinds of dirty deeds, we'll say. However, I was recently looking up the allegations, and none of them looked like they were illegal. It didn't look like he was dealing with any underage people. It looked like he was just hooking up with it. He was fucking his fans, is what was going on. He was making the sex, and he was getting BJs and hand jobs and like hotel room sex from his fans at conventions. Bale, if you remember.
Yeah, it's the point with Warren Ellis is that he was accused. It doesn't mean of what, it doesn't mean of what. He was accused. And that's enough to destroy a man's career.
Yeah, no, but like I didn't see in the allegations, all I saw was like some of these girls were in their 20s and he was in his 30s, and he didn't tell them that he was already dating somebody else. So again, he might be a dickhead and a douchebag and an adulterer, you know? Not saying he's a good man. I'm just saying
he might be a hoe, but
yeah. He's just not. Listen, man. There's a big difference. You can't call somebody a groomer and like not. You know, when I hear groomer, I think the feds are gonna be coming kicking down your door, and you know Chris Hansen is gonna show up first and foremost and ask you what you're doing with the balloons, and beer. Like these are like major allegations, and especially since there are, as we found out during the Me Too movement, there are some really bad, abusive motherfuckers out there. Like really bad characters, like your Weinsteins, your Epsteins, your Spaceys, your fucking Cosbys, right? Really fucking deplorable, reprehensible animals, dude. Like people who fucking deserve to be put down like dogs instead of going to jail. But then there's people who like were like a little bit, maybe like at worst, maybe they were like, I don't know, man. They like to fuck. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
and there are a lot of cases of people just having drunk sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't see any problem. But anyway, Warren Ellis was working on Castlevania. And he like canceled himself before anybody else could. So I don't know if he got back on the season. I don't know if he wrote it again. I don't know if they found somebody else to write it. Who fucking knows? Yeah. But I know that's one of the reasons for the delays.
It's a worrying point because if there's like some sort of like shift within the season itself, if there's like a new writer that comes in, that could make or break the whole season, because we could have a Justice League situation on our hands.
Oh my god, dude! Could you imagine they hire a new writer for this last season and they pull like a season 8 Game of Thrones? Speaking of Game of Thrones, that's something we didn't talk about this week, but we should. For those of you who don't know, dude.
It's been dead for years.
For those of you who don't know, this week for the first time in ages, Game of Thrones celebrating its 10th anniversary. So it's been 10 years since the first Game of Thrones episode ever aired. So what ends up happening is the Game of Thrones Twitter account drops a winter's coming tweet, and fucking fans lost their shit, dude, because the reason why people were pissed is because season 8 sucks so fucking bad. And this is the only time I've ever seen this happen I've never seen this happen anywhere else. Season 8 tanked so miserably that it wiped out the better part of 10 years of fandom. In a blink of an eye, dude. Like, Thanos snapped away its own existence. Game of Thrones used to be... Guys, you remember... Dude, Game of Thrones in its heyday, dude? Daenerys Targaryen, dude. Fucking Robb Stark. What house are you in? Your house Targaryen? You house Stark? You house whatever? Dude, you couldn't walk into a nerd store and not see Game of Thrones, like pop figures, puzzles, dude, action figures, man. They even did graphic novels.
Nerd store. It was huge in among the normie crowd.
Yeah.
I could see people who just watch TV and shows and they're like, yo, Game of Thrones is fucking awesome. And season 8 happened and it just snapped everything out of existence.
It really did, dude.
How bad it was. And people were mad over it for like a few months, and then no one talked about it ever.
Yeah, dude. Keep in mind, yeah, this is, again, I've been around 30 some odd years. I have never seen a fandom burn up like in the flash of an eye, man. The way the fandom burned up and disappeared. Game of Thrones season 8, so bad it made itself disappear. It was like those fans never existed, man. They really did dust themselves Thanos style. But like, dude, things have been bad for the stuff, right? But like, damn, man. Do you know how bad your episodes have to be to ruin people who followed your show for like 6, 7, 8 years?
Now imagine how all the people with like kids and pets feel that they named their kids and pets after characters from Game of Thrones.
That's
imagine
a big...
having like a dog.
That's a ha-ha from me.
I know, right?
So Game of Thrones, this is what their fucking Twitter account posted. Winter's coming. And the fans were like, the fucking audacity. Never before have I seen a series nosedive so hard and be abandoned by its fans and viewers. Wow, literally just what I just said. I'm currently rewatching the show and it physically hurts knowing how unrewarding the finale is. If y'all can revive this franchise, it would be a miracle. I used to rewatch it each year before every new season because it was that good. Now knowing how it all ends, I haven't rewatched it since. Yeah, I'm not falling for that again. House of the Dragon. Fuck off. Nobody wants this shit, dude. Yeah. Nah, man. Yeah, no, people left a bad fucking taste in people's mouths, man.
Yeah, the only people that are supporting this are like the smooth brain, give me anything kind of people. They will find a way to excuse mediocrity and straight up dog shit storytelling at whatever the cost. I've dealt with a few of those people, and no matter what evidence and explanation you give them, they will be like, yeah, but.
Oh shit, Hip Hop Guinea Pig says, I tried to help someone once, and then she turned it against me and tried to say I was grooming her. I was like, what the fuck? You're my stepdaughter's friend. Turned out she was more nutty than me. The lassie had mental health problems. Oh my god, dude. Wow, I'm sorry, man. That's horrible. Apologies. I do think there were pacing problems with season 6 to 8. I don't get the hate for the final season. Well, more Game of Thrones for me, says Vulgar. I've loved Game of Thrones until the 5th season. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, but season 8 did to one of the biggest fandoms of all times is honestly fascinating. Like, the Harry Potter community survived having a transphobic piece of shit creator, but season 8, dude, she's not only transphobic, she's just a lunatic, man. Like, she's just she's a nut. She's nuts, man. J.K. Rowling she's fucking batshit crazy, man. Regardless of like how you feel about trans issues or gay issues, because for a while she was like, Dumbledore's gay, wizards used to shit in their robes and make it magically disappear. She would go on these retconning sprees just off on Twitter. She would just be like making up lore on Twitter as she went along. Fucking lunatic. But yeah, no, to Mage's point, Harry Potter fans persevere to this day, dude. Look, every year, once a year, I watch Harry Potter movies. I still enjoy the shit out of them. I haven't watched Game of Thrones since it aired. I forgot about Game of Thrones after season 8 aired. Yeah, it is true. It was, dude, I don't want to make excuses for all the dumb shit that happened in season 8, but it was enough to kill my love of the series. Vulgar, I think you are in the minority. I mean, obviously it comes down to a matter of taste. But yeah.
And you're allowed to have shit taste.
Yeah, here's some replies. They gave Zack Snyder 70-something million bucks to fix the Justice League. Fix season 8. You could probably do it in 3 episodes. Others believe the show is beyond redemption. Winter has gone. You blew it. Unwilling to give the writers a second chance. Between us, I'm all in on us pretending it's early 2019. Season 8 hasn't happened yet and doing the same thing fresh. Our secret. I'm with you there, dude. Honestly, dude, I think they should redo season 8. I'm not even joking, man.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing: you need competent writers and people who are going to not make episodes that are like 80% dark and don't know what's happening throughout most of the thing.
All right, let's see. Let's keep on chugging. Chugging. Let's keep on chugging. Here we go. Dude, there's a new petition. There's a new petition at change.org. It's got, I think, it's got over 20,000 signatures. It's called Sign the Recast T'Challa Petition. This is a call for the president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, co-president so-and-so, and writer-director Ryan Coogler to reconsider the decision and recast the role of T'Challa in the Black Panther franchise.
Damn.
If Marvel Studios removes T'Challa, it would be at the expense of the audiences, especially black boys and men, who saw themselves in him. That also includes the millions of fans who were inspired by the character as well.
I hate the race angle to this. It's fucking retarded.
Well, I mean, again, you just hate any talks of race because you're a dirty racist.
It's Americans talking about race. I get it. Y'all are on this low IQ level, but a black kid can see itself in Steve Rogers.
Well, dude, see, listen, man. Here's the thing, dude. You're talking about Black Panther. You're going to have to talk about race, man. There's no way you don't get to. Again, you're dealing with American properties in America, where race is at the forefront of many discussions. You don't get to talk about the Black Panther and not bring up race. It's just those two. As much as you'd like it to be, Bill, and I understand your reasoning why, and I may even agree with your points. You just can't, man. Like, those two are just forever intertwined until some magical day comes and where they're not. But yeah, dude.
I've surrendered and there will be no escapism
in
really... American media. My biggest issue, though, is that fucking MCU fans are ready to bury the previous Black Panther actor's legacy so fucking quick that they saw one attractive black man. They were like, you know what, this is a new Black Panther. Like, screw the other guy, recast him, like, quick.
I think...
Like,
yeah,
let the man's legacy last a bit.
What do you guys think of the chat, man? Do you think they should recast T'Challa or no? Personally,
I mean, they're gonna recast anyway, but I think
here's,
this is too soon.
Here's the other thing. They're the reason why this is brought up is because they're not. Kevin Feige, once Chadwick Boseman passed, he made a pronouncement, a declaration that they will not be recasting T'Challa. T'Challa will remain dead in the franchise. Now, a lot of comic book nerds are like, that sucks for the character because T'Challa is a badass. But but again, it's tricky fucking business, man. It's a real tricky business. What they think they're going to do is this. Here, check this out, boys and girls. Where the fuck is your stupid fucking face? This guy. This was making the news this week. These are the rounds. So again, people are speculating that this handsome guy from the Netflix show Bridgerton, which is like something that, I don't know, man, if you've got a heterosexual girlfriend, might be jerking off to some kind of series on Netflix. This dude was a big fucking chocolatey heartthrob in this first season of Bridgerton. What's up, Ram6? He is not returning for season 2. Everybody who watched that show, all the broads that watched that show are pissed because obviously he's all beefy and hunky and caramel. The speculation is the reason why he's not signing on to this Netflix show deal, which is a huge deal, huge show on Netflix, is because he's going to be the next Black Panther. So the loophole in the MCU is that, yes, T'Challa not being recast, but the character of Black Panther, anyone can be Black Panther. So they could just make up a new character and he'll be the new Black Panther. So that's what people are thinking it's going to go. What's going to happen?
It's the only way to keep the previous actor's legacy and to still give fans a Black Panther.
Exactly. I think, dude, honestly, personally, I think this is the better thing. I think I'm okay with T'Challa being dead in the MCU. I'm okay. I think I like that, man. I think
that's good, but I also agree with Marcel that I think it's too soon for a new Black Panther too.
Oh, they're giving us a new Black Panther. Oh, we're definitely getting a new Black Panther. We might even get a new Black Panther in the next Black Panther movie.
I know, but I think the timing of it would be too soon. Because imagine you do Logan like this year and like 2 years later there's like a new Wolverine.
Right, I see what you're saying. Star Wars still has fans after episode... Star Wars still has fans after episode 9. The DCU still had fans after Justice League. So how could a finale season be that bad that Game of Thrones fans just bailed? That's what I'm talking about, Mage. I have never seen this. In the history of nerddom, I've never seen an entire fandom almost simultaneously turn their backs after a bad season. Still, it blows my mind. Marcella says, I have a strong opinion on the Black Panther thing. Let's see. She also agrees on remaking Game of Thrones season 8. I'm with you, hip hop guinea pig. I was in a band and we called ourselves the Tartan Panthers. That's funny. I really don't think T'Challa should be recast. The character has already been in the 3 biggest films he will ever be in: Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame. So recasting him for a sequel after all that will feel like when Disney animated films used to make shitty straight-to-DVD sequels with a random cast. I think they should recast for the character T'Challa. I like Bridgerton too. I don't think he should be T'Challa. It's too soon. Well, he wouldn't be T'Challa. So T'Challa would remain dead. He would just be a new character who would take the mantle of Black Panther. It would kind of be like if Bruce Wayne died and Dick Grayson became the next Batman. So Batman would live on, but Bruce Wayne would stay dead. That's how this is going to go. They think. But I mean, we are getting that with Captain America. I guarantee you next week, and we just got done doing our recap of the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5. Check the YouTube logs if you want to watch that recap. But the same way that we're getting a new Captain America in the Falcon, and I guarantee you next week we're going to see Falcon in his Captain America suit. They want us, but I know the circumstances are different, right? Chris Evans is still walking around alive. He didn't pass. So I get that it's it's different. But I don't know, man. I'm not opposed to seeing a new Black Panther. All right, let me ask you guys this. How long should you wait? What's the appropriate amount of time before you bring back a character that has been gone?
I don't know. That's a toughie.
I actually read Black Panther comic books when I was younger. Why would you recast him? Lost did quite well angering fans, but clearly not as much as Game of Thrones. You wouldn't recast Captain America. I see your point about Bruce, but it's way too soon. Yeah, but T'Challa just became king, though? He did. I don't know how long they're going to wait before they give us a new Black Panther. Again, I don't think, despite this petition of people wanting to recast T'Challa, I think we're definitely going to see a new Black Panther at some point.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know how long it's going to take.
Inevitable, but yeah, that's the real question. How long?
Well, the other thing is, you don't want to. It's a fine line, man. It's a tough needle to thread. You don't want to. You want Black Panther to be around because he's a great character, and he's a member of the Avengers, and people love Black Panther. But you do want to honor the actor and the role that was played. Marcel says, I'm even cool with Shuri being Black Panther, but not now. Well, dude, aren't they working? They're working on Black Panther too as we speak. So they have to figure out some way to get around it. But I wonder how long. So like how long? All right. So Hugh Jackman, the last time we saw him as Logan, was in the movie with the titular title. How long before we get a Wolverine in the MCU?
Probably 2025.
The actress of Shuri was hired with a longer contract than Chadwick Boseman because the plan was for her to eventually become Black Panther after the third movie, likely to tie them all to the Young Avengers stuff going on. I'd be happy to see them move up the timeline and make her Black Panther sooner. I know a lot of people feel her character isn't ready, but what's going to force a character to mature and grow up quicker than the loss of their big brother? Yeah, I think there is I think there's a high probability that at the end of Black Panther 2, we see Shuri or someone else taking up the mantle as Black Panther. And I think it'll probably be like the world needs a Black Panther, so here we are. And I'm not opposed to it, man. Honestly, I think we're going to get, at some point within the next 10 years, we're going to get a new Iron Man and we're going to get a new Steve Rogers. We're going to get a new Tony Stark and a new Steve Rogers. I'm not saying a new Iron Man, new Captain America. I'm saying I think they're going to eventually end up replacing them, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good Iron Man and Captain America content that you want to do. And there are also characters everyone recognizes, so for you to use them and just throw them away because you can't find or don't want to find actors it's not intelligent.
So many different actors for Hulk, Fantastic Four. There is no excuse. The character shouldn't have to disappear because of Chad's performance. Chad was the best, but we really need to ride this a little longer with T'Challa. No matter what they do, I think not delaying Black Panther 2 was a mistake. They could have pushed it back a couple years and found a way to naturally kill off T'Challa and other movies. When is Black Panther 2 coming? Because it is coming.
No idea.
I'd rather have a few decent X-Men movies. The rumor, the X-Men rumor that's been happening, it's called the Wolverine Anthology. This is what everybody's been talking about, the Wolverine Anthology series. Here we go. There it is. Let me show you. Marvel's Wolverine Anthology series will take the MCU to a brand new decade. A Wolverine Anthology TV series is reportedly in development at Marvel Studios right now. The series will be another collaboration between Marvel and Disney Plus, coming off the success of WandaVision, the blah, 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 blah. The first season will reportedly adapt Marvel's famous Weapon X comic book arc. So it's an anthology in that we're going to get Wolverine throughout the decades. So we're going to get Wolverine in like World War II. We're going to get Wolverine in the 80s. We're going to get Wolverine. We're going to get Wolverine because the motherfucker's like 200 years old. So we're going to get Wolverine through different stages of his life. Oh shit, Black Panther is July 2022. Oh shit.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Yo. Holy shit, man. Wow.
Disney.
We're getting a quick.
Do not care.
Disney wants that money.
Solis Corporation does not care.
Deviant says they will replace Stark or Rogers in quite a long time. For me, at least 10 years. They have a lot to do in between with a lot of other characters. No, I think it's going to be some time before we see a new Tony and Steve. But I do think we're going to get them at some point. Same thing, we might even get a new T'Challa at some point after a long enough time period has gone on. Because, again, honestly, even with the Logan thing, I don't know. I wonder if enough time has passed between seeing Hugh Jackman hang up his claws, for lack of a better term, and seeing a new Logan in this anthology series, if the rumors are true. Yoji says, but they will adapt the stupid Origins crap. That shit was unnecessary. What are you talking about? Origins? You're talking about like the Weapon X stuff? Weapon X stuff and him as like James Howlett? The best part of Wolverine Origins was that 10-minute montage of him and Sabretooth in different wars throughout his history. I'd happily watch an entire movie series based on that. That's cool. I personally, like Wolverine, again, Wolverine about being a couple hundred years old, born in like the 1800s, like seeing him in the time of like cowboys and shit would be fucking cool, dude. Like, I'm down, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm down to see him like horse and buggy during like during the time of like, you know, this like leading up to like a Victorian era, going through the time of the cowboys, you know, the time of like Jack the Ripper to the time of World War I, World War II, the Korean War. Like I'd be down. I'd be fucking down to see Wolverine through the ages. The best part of Wolverine Origins was a 10-minute montage of him. Yeah. I'm ready for them to reboot the whole thing with the X-Men. It all depends on who plays them, though. That's the fucking question.
Who do you cast?
That's the $1 million question, dude. Who would be able to play Logan? God, because Hugh Jackman played the role so well. They would have to take that character in a completely different direction, man. You can't, because dude, if the MCU hires some dude and he shows up wearing a tank top jeans and like some cowboy boots, people are gonna fucking lose their shit, man. With the crappy X-Men movies we had at the end, clearly people will be happy when Marvel announced they're bringing them back. The thing with Wolverine is his memories are fucked, so they can always say it's a fake memory. I thought him being James Howlett is I thought that was canon.
Here's the thing though. If you play on the fake memory thing, then you're not giving your audience any or enough continuity. And continuity does matter because the experience is lessened when we go through that.
Right. It's canon for now, but it's comics. True. But again, if it's comics, but it's also the MCU. The MCU may very well turn around and say that this is canon in comics and now canon in our universe. He's James Howlett and he was born in the 1800s and he's lived this many years. I would love to see the MCU flesh out their history like it is in the comics. Have Wolverine in the 19th century, have the Fantastic Four in the 60s. Interesting. They are 100% doing the Fantastic Four. They teased it in Spider-Man Far From Home. And the speculation now currently is that they're going to tease that the Fantastic Four got their powers in the microverse. Ant-Man's like that weird universe where fucking the Wasp's mom, Hank Pym's wife, got lost in for however long she emerged with like powers. That's where people think the Fantastic Four might get their powers from, might show up. But it's all speculation, man. It's all fan theory at this point. Hey Boba, just got done with watching the new episode of Falcon the Winter Soldier. Oh Boba, dude, we just had an hour-long discussion about that on this channel right before this podcast. What'd you think? 1 to 10. Marcella, all of the other X-Men need to be written way better than this time around. He needs to go back to Gaia with a sketchy memory. Molina confirmed he's Doc Ock. Quantumverse. Yes, the Quantumverse. Thank you. Yeah. Yoji, I don't know, man. Yoji, you might be a little bit too attached to the Wolverine with a murky memory. I don't necessarily mind. So for a character like the Joker, right? For the Joker being purely chaos, I feel like him having a hazy memory and a backward story that doesn't make a whole lot of sense and could be told any which way, that makes more sense. And I feel like the Joker being this agent of chaos that almost seems to have emerged like a natural disaster without any real origin story, I feel like that makes more sense. But for a character like Wolverine having a backstory, that doesn't seem like a deal breaker. I haven't watched many MCU films. Have they brought up mutants yet? No, they have not. Which has got a lot of people guessing as to how, because they don't think it would be very hard for them to say in the MCU, in like the fucking 20 plus films that they have in the MCU, during all of this, during the time of Thanos and Ultron and Loki and all these giant issues that have happened on Earth, that throughout none of that, nobody ever spotted a mutant? Are we just to believe that the mutants have just been laying in wait on Earth this entire time? Sounds like BS. So they think that they're going to have to find a different way to introduce mutants to the MCU. People are assuming that it's going to have to do something with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was pretty good, says Boba. There wasn't a lot of action, and I'm wondering if Zemo will come back to the show. I give it 7 out of 10. Dude, Boba, I give it a 7 out of 10 too. I feel like there was some...
You don't have a lot of standards.
No, get out of here, man. You watch anime. Look, here, we pointed out our highlights for episode, just to do a quick recap. The first fight scene, 2-on-1. The scene of Bucky and the Winter Soldier kind of like coming to terms with each other, and Bucky kind of like opening up to themselves and like them palling around. It was a beautiful moment. And Bucky's kind of redemption arc with Zemo, letting those bullets drop out of his hand. Those I think were the 3 best moments of the I almost said of the film, of the episode. The rest of it, there was a lot of fluff in there that I didn't really particularly care about. So a little bit slow for me in some areas. So I was a little bit disappointed, and I've got a feeling I'm going to be a little bit disappointed with next week's episode as well, because there's too much stuff to tie up, and there's no way they're going to do it all justice. Possibilities of origin with bits and pieces was better. I don't know, dude. See, I think that's I think that just comes down to a personal choice, Yoji. Professor X. Yeah, has Professor X just been like, you got this? I don't think the MCU will use characters like Wolverine yet, but an easy way to retcon him into the MCU is to say that the testing that was done to Isaiah Bradley was the weapon. Well, Isaiah Bradley, it's all the Weapons Plus program for sure. Cap being the first, and Weapon X being the 10th iteration of the Super Soldier Serum test. I thought they were going to bring up mutants during WandaVision. It would have made more sense since she's a mutant. Oh my god, dude, don't fucking bring that up, man. God damn, dude, they dropped that ball so fucking hard. So hard in WandaVision. What a nightmare, dude. Ralph Boner, dude. Ralph fucking Boner. Ugh, my god, man. They had it right in the palm of their hand, dude. They could have merged universes. They could have introduced the multiverse, and that could have easily led into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Instead, he went with a fucking stupid dick joke. Fucking embarrassing. I think Wanda is going to start the multiverse event and bring the X-Men cinematic universe. Yes, I thought Doctor Strange going to be in WandaVision too. Yeah, no, man. Dude, I feel like WandaVision, they dropped the ball. Big time. Big time. Also, a completely fleshed out origin conflicts too much with all the other cool shit written before. Well, I mean, dude, welcome to the MCU, man. The MCU picks and chooses what they want for their characters, right? They pick and choose kind of like the best stuff, and they turn it into what they like. So if they're doing the Wolverine anthology, which is again speculation, then they've made up their mind that like this is what our Wolverine looks like. I'm going to be drawing, but we'll still be listening. Awesome, Boba. They plant fake story misleads online. There's a lot of that. There is a lot of that. Okay, let's see. According to this article, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reportedly won't let Warner Brothers stand in his way when making Black Adam. So there are all these rumors about the production nightmare. That WB has been known to sabotage certain movies. Like, I mean, the Suicide Squad, I believe, went through 3 different fully edited movies before they chose the one that they wanted. Editing was ripped out of David Ayer's hands in post-production. Patty Jenkins was forced to include a CGI-heavy climax scene. Birds of Prey Katee admitted she didn't have any control over the final cut. And then, you know, that's not even to mention the fucking travesty that Joss Whedon had his way with the Snyderverse. However, the actor's been trying to get the Black Adam project off. The actor has been trying to bring the project to life for 14 years. The project of Black Adam. So he's hardly going to bend over backwards to take any prospective notes on board. According to tipster Mikey Sutton, The Rock isn't going to let Warner Brothers get in his way, with Black Adam set to be the full realization of the dream he's had for the project since he first attached himself to the role. He's making it the way he's envisioned, and nobody will stand in his way. As an A-list, blah 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 blah. God, look at those fucking legs, man. Holy shit, dude.
Those are some fucking quads.
God damn, man. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, man. Listen, if anybody could fucking do it, dude. If anybody's got the star power enough to tell Warner Brothers to go fuck itself,
it's fucking Dwayne.
It's fucking Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I hope Legion finds his way into the MCU. I love the FX series. I watched the first season, but I stopped watching because it got too crazy for me, man. It got like too trippy. Two characters in Kick-Ass are best friends with each other. One is the actor for the X-Men Quicksilver, the other is the actor for the other Quicksilver. Yep. What's up, Seki? What's up, Seki? What's up, Smokey Joe? What's up, Reeve the Beeve? What's up, cuties? Also, Yoji brought this up in the chat, and I've got this right here. No Way Home Star. No Way Home Star confirms he's playing Spider-Man 2's Doc Ock, as if we all didn't fucking see this shit coming, dude. Dude, they've caught so far. Spoiler, slight spoiler alerts, because I mean, if you haven't heard this, then in Spider-Man, in the next Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 3, they've spotted already. Jamie Foxx has admitted to being Electro, the Electro from fucking Andrew Garfield's universe, but in the MCU, it's fucking weird. Alfred Molina has been confirmed. They may even think that they're bringing back fucking Willem Dafoe as the Green fucking Goblin. Dude. It seems like they're actually putting the multiverse in front of our fucking faces. I think this December, man. And Alfred Molina just confirmed it, dude. Wait, if you guys... Oh, also, dude, they literally spotted... They spotted what's his face? Oh, so Topher... Not Topher Grace. Tobey Maguire. They spotted Tobey Maguire's stunt double at the set of Spider-Man. They also spotted another one of Tobey Maguire's people at the costume fitting place, or Tobey Maguire himself. Oh yeah, I just realized that with the two Quicksilvers recently. Nice. Warner Brothers seems to have all kinds of internal political drama that holds films back. I'm glad Marvel Studios doesn't appear to have it yet. Yeah, right? I think the only thing that really separates Marvel from all these other studios that fall victim to executive oversight is Kevin Feige, dude. Kevin Feige is like the sentinel on the wall that somehow, through success or through who the fuck knows, man, blackmail, I don't know how he gets it done, but he's able to somehow shield studio. Because, dude, even in Disney, within Disney itself, man, Lucasfilm right now, by all accounts, is a fucking nightmare, dude. It's a fucking nightmare. It does seem they've been calling it the Lucasfilm Civil War. For those of you who don't know, not to be hopping around too much, but needless to say, dude, Kathleen Kennedy has been butting heads allegedly with guys like Jon Favreau, guys like Dave Filoni, and other. Apparently, they've been at each other's throats. It's very similar when you look at the sequel trilogy, J.J. Abrams movie, and then followed by Rian Johnson's movie, which completely contradicts almost everything in that movie, to be followed up by the movie number 9, Rise of Skywalker, which contradicts everything that happened in the 8th movie. It's pure fucking chaos. But yes, you don't see the same chaos. With as big as the franchise is of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, everything seems to have its place. Like when you see WB all over the place, right? There are multiverses, and then like they're getting rid of the Snyderverse, but they're keeping Aquaman, they're keeping Wonder Woman, and they're also going to be making a Flashpoint movie that is going to involve Michael Keaton's Batman from the Tim Burton universe, as well as Ben Affleck's Batman, all at the same time. But again, say no to the Snyder. People love the Snyderverse, but we're not doing that anyway. We're going to be doing J.J. Abrams. Is going to have Ta-Nehisi Coates write a black Superman.
Oh, it's going to be so stupid.
It seems like it's pure. It seems like when it comes to these other studios, it's pure fucking madness, dude. It's chaos, dude. It's balls to the wall. There's no cohesion. There's no synergy. It's just madness. It's like a scrambling pile of crazy. But Marvel, they've got a plan, dude. And I think it is because they have got one guy with a vision steering the ship, dude. The captain of the ship. It's Kevin Feige, man. Like the only thing separating those entities is the Feige magic. Let's see. Did you see the Castlevania trailer? I didn't see it yet. but I know I'm gonna watch it, dude. I don't even need to see the Castlevania trailer, dude. You show me the we just talked about this. You show me the sweet sensual image here, and I'm there. You show me that Castlevania, dude. You show me that fucking Castle Belmont and fucking Alucard and the rest of them. That fucking whatever that magical broad's name is, and I'm in. I'm already there. But yes, for those of you who didn't know, Alfred Molina confirmed. Let me actually see what he said specifically. Because I don't think he was supposed to let this slip, by the way. I don't think he was supposed to let that slip. In contrast to how Marvel stars tend to stay quiet until the movie comes out, Molina's gotten pretty chatty in a new Variety interview. He explained that he was confused when he first approached to reprise his role, given that his character's death in 2004 Spider-Man. But director John Watts told him, in this universe, no one really dies. Because it's comic books, dude. Which is like, for better or worse. Molina even went on to say that Watts hooked him by telling him that No Way Home would pick up Doc Ock's story from that moment in the river. Oh, fuck. That's a spoiler. Oh, shit. Fuck me in the face, dude. Oh, that Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. So, yeah. And I was like a kid when I watched it back in 2004. So, seeing that again play out, seeing things for Doc Ock pick up after he passed in that moment. Dude, holy fuck, man. Meaning Dr. Octavius sacrificed to stop his fusion. This sounds like the villain could be pulled out of his timeline at the moment of his death by some unknown force and brought over to the MCU dimension. Oh my god, dude! I'm about to cream my jeans. Bale. In the same interview, Molina further confirmed that he was hesitant to come back, even given that he's almost 20 years older than when he last played the role. Watts convinced him, though, by informing him that the de-aging tech that will be used to match him to his 2004 appearance. The actor also joked that he was able to handle the action at the age of 67, as the doctor's CGI metal arms do all the hard work, and his job was to stand around with a kind of mean look on my face. So, dude, we're getting it seems like we're getting like some kind of Spider-Verse type shit in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm fucking excited. Dude, one of the scenes in the Spider-Man, this isn't a spoiler, but one of the scenes that they film in Spider-Man No Way Home, it took them over a month of filming this one scene. Apparently it's incredible.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. WB seems to have all kinds of internal stuff, blah, 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 blah. Andrew Garfield was also spotted in the town they filmed the movie by a pizza delivery guy. He gets it done because he makes them a lot of money consistently. Once he starts failing, he will have to listen to the suits. WB is throwing everything, hoping something sticks. Yeah, Marvel Studios is a relatively young company, and they haven't regressed into WB-ish stuff yet. I wonder if Doc Ock is going to want to blow up the city. Marvel has only canceled a single movie, Inhumans, and that was the only project that Feige didn't want to do. The guy who wanted Inhumans took it from him when he went on to become the head of Marvel's TV company. Oh yeah, that dude! And look what happened to that. Feige keeps the MCU in control, whereas the DCEU has had more canceled movies than released ones. I saw in an article that counted the number of DCEU movies that should have been released by now, and they weren't canceled, and the amount that was in the 20s. That is a We Got This Covered, so maybe take that with a grain of salt. Oh no, dude. The We Got This Covered article isn't the article. This is not a rumor. This is they took that excerpt right out of a Variety article. So the article, I just went to We Got This Covered because they're a great aggregate of this shit. But no, this is not a We Got This Covered exclusive. They caught Alfred Molina saying this shit in his Variety interview. So that's how you know it's unlike the other shit that they do. It's legit. The next phase of Marvel movies sounds like the most common crossover craziness as well. As a long-term comic book nerd, I love it, dude. This having a multiverse is the most comic book thing I could imagine on screen, and the fact that they are doing this is something that I couldn't even dream of in my wildest as a kid watching, like the first Spider-Man film. Yeah, there's no way. there's no way I would have envisioned that one day we'd get things like the Avengers and multiple crossover movies, and now a multiverse where all the Spider-Men that have ever been on the big screen are now going to cross over in one giant film. Fucking insane. Mike, have you watched Invisible? Yes, I have. Shit, I've been You know what? I think what we should do is we should do an Invisible podcast where we do the whole season, because I've watched the last 5 episodes, and it's fucking great. It's so good it makes me want to pick up the book.
It's so bad it makes me want to pick up the book.
It's so bad. How dare you? Bale doesn't like the animation. I keep telling us because he's a weeb, dude. His tastes have been tainted.
My standards are too high.
Your standards are too weeb. I say you gotta grade the thing by other American animated series, man.
Also, American animated series should be graded as lower tier animation.
No, not lower tier animation, dude. Again, I'm like, dude, you say it's like you watching Looney Tunes or DuckTales and saying, why isn't this anime? Your default for all animation is anime. So whenever you look at animation that isn't that style, you're like, why isn't this anime? I'm watching.
But you're also trying to make a product that will appeal to as many people as possible, and the thing most people watch now that is animation is anime. So you not putting in the extra effort to add better bullet effects or more flashy shit.
You essentially just said that all animation should be anime because that's what everybody's watching. That's what you just said.
You should.
That's crazy, dude.
Should at least post. It shouldn't be anime, but it should at least put in some more effort like animators. Like, look at Castlevania. You can see that
Castlevania is anime, dude. You said, hey, look at this anime show. Castlevania is anime.
Okay, so I didn't say Castlevania is anime. We had that discussion before. I ended on it being heavily inspired. So why not pick up techniques from anime when it comes to the fights? Why not do the flashy explosions?
Because it's a stylistic, dude. It's a stylistic choice, man. Anime is a certain style. It
looks cheap to me.
Right, again, you are super biased because you love anime, so you see everything through a why isn't this an anime lens? So much so that it's actually it's like interfering with your enjoyment of this animation that I think is solid, man. It's not perfect, but I think it's solid. I think it's solid animation. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat. If they're gonna go for a Spider-Verse, then I'd love to see Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen, like she was planned to be. I hope that they're. Stick with me, gang. Stick with me. If they are able to snatch Alfred Molina up from the clutches of death, whoever, if there's some multiverse Krang, is it Krang? Kang. Sorry, Krang is fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's not that big of a multiverse yet. If Kang the Conqueror or someone like him is able to literally fucking snatch up motherfuckers from the multiverse at the time of their death, could be somebody else. Maybe it's Nightmare. Maybe it's Mephisto. If they're able to do that, there's a very good point that you may see an Emma Stone in this, a living Emma Stone. Very much so. I wouldn't put, dude. If they're bringing Alfred Molina back from the dead, if they're allegedly bringing Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin from the dead, from the clutches of death, from the first Spider-Man film, there is a fucking more than high likelihood that we're going to see Spider-Gwen or just a Gwen Stacy return. And if we see a Gwen Stacy return, then, dude, do you think Sony doesn't want a live action Spider-Verse film too? Like the only Sony movie that they have like making money for them is the fucking Spider-Man series, because of Marvel, by the way, after they fucking tanked their own series twice. Yeah. Sony has made, if it wasn't for the animated Spider-Verse movie, Sony would have made more shitty Spider-Man films than not. If blah, 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 let's see. It started out like Peter Parker with Superman powers, but it gave much more. Fuck off, weeb, says Vulgar. Boba says, I don't like anime. The best animation has got to be SpongeBob. Afro Samurai, Avatar, Last Airbender, and the Boondocks. That's Western with anime style. Oh, hey, Amazon released a lot of their cast of The Boys spin-off this week. The spin-off will be based on a school for soups, aka X-Men parody. Thoughts? I'm sort of interested in seeing it. What do you guys think? I'm like, I don't want to watch the CW with superpowers. I really don't, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
That sounds like a train wreck.
Yeah, like I don't care about like The Boys. No, get me wrong. I fucking love Homelander. He's fucking terrifying, dude. Homelander makes me feel what it would be like if you were around a dude like that. Like they make Homelander seem like a fucking nightmare come to life. Like he is horrifying and terrifying, and the viciousness and the twisted nature, what's the sickest thing about Homelander is his ability to freely inflict pain and suffering on others without a second thought. Because he's Superman. He doesn't even look at us like we're human beings or like living creatures. Because he's essentially a god. Let's see. Disney already has Emma Stone for Cruella. Wouldn't be a stretch to give her a Marvel movie too. One Tree Hill with mutants. Christ. All right. Here, for those of you Star Wars dorks out there, your very own Starbuck, aka Katee Sackhoff. She was in an interview with Looper, where they asked her about like Battlestar, and they asked her about, you know, her time voicing in the Clone Wars, Bo-Katan, and also playing her live action. And they asked about that pivotal scene in the final episode, spoiler alert, where it's kind of a girl power scene, but they don't overdo it. So here you have Gina Carano, you have fucking Ming-Na Wen, you have Katee Sackhoff, and you have that other broad whose name I don't know or care to know. And it is kind of a girl power-y scene, but it's not heavy-handed. It's not cheesy. It's not like in the end game. Yeah,
it's not fucking Captain Marvel blasting a song so loudly that you can't even hear like the dialogue or the sound effects.
Yeah, it's not that scene. God, man, that scene is so fucking cringeworthy, man. Yeah, this was
fucking or Batwoman.
Or yeah. None of that stuff. Let's see. Here we go. Nevertheless, Sackhoff responded, absolutely, yeah. Well, first and foremost, one of the reasons why Starbuck worked is that we never mentioned the fact that she was a woman. She was just a well-rounded, interesting, creative character in a world that was fun to watch. She just happened to be a woman.
Yeah, that's the point.
She then went on to go say, the reason why that scene at the end of The Mandalorian worked was they didn't talk about the fact that they were women. They were just the best people for the job, and they were there, and they did it, and they succeeded. We didn't stop to be like, female power, woohoo, you take the lead because you're the prettiest. You know what I mean? This was just the crew that was available.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. You just do this story, right, and the rest will fall into place.
Yeah. Yeah. So they listen, it was a girl power scene, but they didn't beat you over the fucking head with it. They were there, they had a job to do. They were the best people for the job, and they fucking did the job. I have a feeling they're investing a lot more into The Boys than is probably a good idea. The show is great, but they're trying to stretch it into too many spin-offs. They've already got one spin-off in the works and another planned. It will just end up like the CW/DC shows where it was a good start but quickly became quantity over quality. Ugh, God, Night Mage. Dude, oh man, you're bumming me out, dude.
The CW started, like the first 2.5 seasons of Arrow were so goddamn good.
They were excellent, dude.
Disney is doing the same because people at the beginning, from the things I heard, just wanted more Mandalorian. Then Disney shows up and it's like, hey, we're gonna give you 5 spin-off series.
Yeah, no. Well, sometimes the problem is we're living in a post MCU world. So now everybody since the first Avengers film has been trying to recreate that magic. And like we just said, only one company has been able to successfully do it, dude. Even Universal Studios, they try to make their own dark universe with like the Wolfman and like the fucking Invisible Man and fucking Frankenstein and shit, dude, or the Mummy rather. They try to weave that all together, and it all fell to fucking part because who gives a shit? But also like why? So again, this does seem like yet another like, oh dude, The Walking Dead tried to do it. They had a couple of spin-offs, or at least one spin-off. I don't even know what happened in that show. But also, who the fuck watches The Walking Dead anymore? Yeah, so like again, to Nightmage's point, these companies, they have success, and then because they're superhero based, they think, oh, let's just be like Marvel. Let's be fucking Marvel. Let's spin-offs. Meanwhile, who gives a fuck, dude? I don't. How many? All right now in the chat, how many of you guys who watch The Boys are excited for a Boys like prequel or like Boys X-Men style school? Because I'm not, unless somebody else watches it and tells me that it's good, I'm not gonna waste my fucking time because I just don't care. I had a conversation about the girl power thing in Mando 2, and I agree with you 100%. This is how you write for women characters. They did an awesome job. I could not tell the difference between a male characters and a female characters. It was perfect. Unless you're Anita Sarkeesian, and Anita Sarkeesian gets mad.
Yeah.
Anita Sarkeesian says, "My, they have boob armor."
Speaking of boob armor.
Yes, perfect segue. Wait, hold on. I just find it funny that The Boys is meant to be... There we go. There it is.
Everything is racist. Everything is homophobic.
Could you imagine living your life that way? Everything you watch, that's how you see it. I just find it funny that The Boys is meant to be satire and a parody of all those other superhero franchises, but it's already trying to branch out into a million spin-offs 2 seasons in. Dude, fucking you nailed it on the head, Mage. Vulgar's like ambivalent about it. I like The Boys, but I fell behind. Boba says, I've never seen The Boys and I know almost nothing about it. Yes, Anita hates the male gaze and swaying hips. Yeah, how dare they make armor for you, a woman who most likely has breasts? No. Forbidden. Fucking you, Marcella, you fucking internalized misogynist. How dare you acknowledge your breasts as a woman? And
I've forgotten the existence of that term, internalized misogyny.
yeah, hey, Marcella, do you know that's what they do? If you don't agree with like the super hardcore feminist progressive as fuck line, if you don't agree with them across the board, you know, they start calling you an internalized misogynist. So you're Christ almighty. All right, let's switch it up. I just found out about this week. Diablo 2 Resurrected alpha test reveals Blizzard's censorship and poor art direction of upcoming remasters. So they're remastering Diablo 2, and this is the character that they're going with, or at least
this is the Amazon, which doesn't look like a woman to me. If this is Blizzard's vision of like a muscular warrior woman, then they need to read some fucking comics.
This is pretty. It looks like a dude. Here, I'm just gonna come out and say it, man.
It's a man, baby.
That's a man, baby.
They've been equating this character to William Dafoe.
Yeah, no, like this dude looks like a guy who could outdrink me and outfuck me at the bar. Like I don't want to get on this dude's bad side. Now. Dude, I haven't played Diablo 2 in forever. What do you think this is about? The armor looks good, but that is one square jaw. I mean, that's a dude, right? Like, all right, hang on. If you get rid of, all right, for real, stick with me. If you get rid of the long hair and you just saw this face, if you swap this face with like Space Marines armor for like Warhammer, you would assume that this was a dude, right? Like there's nothing really feminine. There's nothing particularly feminine about this face whatsoever.
Yeah, nothing. The thing is, Blizzard has been using like third-party people to design their models for like a few years now. We've seen it with Diablo Immortal, and since we haven't seen a lot of Diablo content to begin with, since Diablo 3 hasn't had like anything new in ages, I'm not even
Vulgar
sure
says-
this looks like Blizzard.
Vulgar says, "Oh, dude, that's Agent 47 from the Hitman games." Dude, but here's the thing, man. You could listen. I'm not a big fan of buff, sexy ladies. It's not my jam necessarily. I know that's way more Bale's type because Bale's, a closeted bisexual. But Bale likes really beefy, sexy ladies. But Bale, as a beefy, sexy lady connoisseur, you could still be feminine and fucking buff at the same time, right?
Yeah, which is something I don't know why people just can't wrap their heads around. Like, you can have the girliest facial features ever, like in the history of facial features, and have a rock hard body. And that can that's happened. But for some reason, whenever especially by fucking American companies here, strong buff women, they're like, you know what? We're gonna give her a square jaw and we're gonna say it's trans rights.
All right, hang on. Let's see. I'm trying to find some, trying to find some photos of the Amazon ladies. I don't know if you guys watched the Snyder Cut. If you guys watched the Snyder Cut, there's a
There's a lot
scene.
of sexy ladies on that one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of sexy ladies, but they look like ladies. Here, I'll show you. There's yeah, look at that girl in the back. That's a fucking. You can see she's a fucking sexy lady from a mile off. There's some buff broads, but they still look like broads. I mean, that one's face is a little chubby, but I mean, I wouldn't tell it to her face, considering that her arms are twice the size of mine. So let's just keep that between us. Although, people pay to get roughed up by women, so there's that as well. My laptop is gonna die in 15 minutes, and my idiot brother didn't bring the charger like he was supposed to. Fucking Boba. Your brother's a real piece of work, Boba. Tell him I said so. Hey, Boba, may I ask how you found this? Boba, may I ask how you found this channel? I don't know if I asked you yesterday, but yes, no, you could definitely be a sexy lady who's buff as shit, and you could marry those two. Again, super buff babes are not my jam per se, but there's a way to, just because you're buff doesn't mean they have to toss a man face on you. And yes, this does look like Agent 47 from the Hitman video games.
How dare you?
She looks like the witches that Agatha sucked the life out of in WandaVision. Some of the ladies in Wonder Woman were CrossFit athletes, but they're still hot. Yeah, no. You could totally be feminine and masculine, or at least buff and feminine at the same time. I've seen it before. Not my cup of tea, but it could be done. All right, let's see. Oh, there's a couple of other things. Marvel is introducing a black Captain America, which is whatever, man. That's par for the course for Marvel. Marvel, they unlocked a gay Captain America with a trash can lid as a shield not long ago. I think that's it, man. There's like some other like little small news things here, but I think we caught it all, man. Guys, anything else? Do we miss anything?
I think we caught him off. That design of that new quote-unquote Captain America is bullshit.
Yeah, no, listen, who the fuck is reading Marvel comics these days anyway?
I know.
I was looking for live streams. When I found this channel, I might be able to find another charger. Do it, Boba. I think we're wrapping this episode up, boys. Unless you guys have got some other news to tell me that I may have missed, but I think we caught the biggest stories this week in nerd stuff. I think I want this to be a standard. Like, I think I want to do this each week. Just collect a bunch of the stuff that we heard. Rumors, just like nonsense stuff that's coming up, talking about like spin-off shows, talking about upcoming shows that we're excited for. This was fun, man. This was a good fucking time. Bale, I know you've been falling asleep this whole time. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been having a gay old time.
Bale's about to pass out. All right, so I'm going to bid you all farewell, and I will see you.
It is almost 4.
It's almost 4 a.m. for Bale. It's like 10 a.m. here, 10 p.m. here. Idiot. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for being here. I'll see y'all on Monday, bright and early in the afternoon sometime. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. You guys are fucking awesome. I'll see you in the Discord channel. Come by in the Discord. Come by in the Discord. Drop any ideas you might have for stuff we could talk about on stream for next week. You guys are fucking awesome. Bye.